Good evening, and thank you for this time tonight. My name is Christie and I'm a librarian at Reagan Middle School. I'm here to highlight awareness on two important issues that have already been brought up tonight. First, the mandatory COVID testing that is happening with a select group of employees. And second, how this testing protocol will impact our students. This testing is the result of the resolution that was passed in September. As you've already heard tonight, its rollout has been anything but smooth. Our closest colleagues don't even know what is happening, so we know that the community and maybe even some members of the board are not fully aware of how this resolution is playing out. So there are three things I'd like to make sure have been brought to light tonight. First, the testing is discriminatory and it's futile. Only employees that are unvaccinated or those who have chosen to stay private are required to test. It's February 2022. We all know that vaccinated or not, anyone can contract and spread COVID. What does testing one group of employees actually do? Is anyone really safer or healthier as a result? Or is there another motive? Is it simply punitive? Is it tied to more federal money? Whatever it is, these questions need to be asked because it doesn't make sense. The second point you should all know, to be tested, we have to sign a mandatory consent form. Think about that for a minute. The definition of consent is giving voluntary permission for something to happen. A mandatory consent is a contradiction. It isn't a real thing. Yet here we are, mandated to consent to testing that is required. To make your head spin even more, this consent includes a zero liability waiver. It completely releases Prince William County and Scion Diagnostic of all liability. We won't. Even the disclosure of our test results. We literally have to sign this, sign away medical rights in order to be tested. This leads to the final point, and this is the most important because this is what impacts our kids the most. If we are not tested weekly, we are facing termination from Prince William County schools. As ludicrous and extreme as that sounds, I assure you we are not exaggerating. The email we all got on the evening of January 19th made it perfectly clear, and I quote, "Employees who fail to complete the testing process will be placed into a default leave without pay status until they comply. A list of employees who are considered ineligible to work will be given to administration every Friday. And failure to comply will be considered insubordination and may lead to further disciplinary action up to and including recommendation for dismissal." So I quickly ask the board, are you okay with all of this? Was this your intention in September when you passed this? And it's okay to admit it was wrong and to change it, and that's what we're asking you to do tonight. Thank you.